Okay, section 2, we will talk about how we applied lighting. Okay, I introduce you from week 1 and week 2 that we can do many things in our work with the lighting value adjustment. Start from the light one, the light has one into medium, right? And this is the darkest one. And you can see that there's many how to say that many adjustment you can arrange it. Yeah. Anyway, last week I think that's a very good questions that Achan she's asked me that one of the students she asked me that Chan, if the light is coming some of the way, right? But we're trying to achieve the lighting value that we make. How we gonna do it? Okay, I will wrap up and say that yeah, actually, in the real life, the object will have the I think the lighting ways of it when it come to meet the object. I think that is the fact, right? But the way that we trying to understand the or make an adjustment for the lighting, it is also how we gonna play with it, right? This is just the fact and the major factor that we have to follow somehow here. But anyway, when we do the study, I think if it will be challenge if you just okay trying to apply the idea of how we adjust the lighting and how we gonna apply into the fact, which is the factor, right? So I taught you this because there's many ways of how we're gonna manage the fact to make it look good or adjust into our experiment. Yeah. So I have to say that I introduce you into lighting value adjustment. It is just give you an idea how to play with the tools or with the sketching style, and you don't have to stay with the fact or one factor at all time. Yeah, you just put them away for a while, and then after that when you experiment something you can when you start to understand, oh Ajahn, is the lighting is if the number two style, we we can we can make like the medium area to be like, oh, very playful, very detailed line. But on the other area, if we put the details too much, it will gain the focus, and it will take away the focus from the medium. So we should not focus on any other area. And then that's why, and then when we understand the core or your proposal in your mind, we in one thing you can discover. I mean in one issue, different person can can understand or can perceive or can come up with the idea in different ways. So this is one of your discover too. And then when you discover your idea, you can bring this one to apply back into the fact on, yeah, if I want the light to come here, how I am not gonna make it to to take away my focus from my work. And that's it, that's what I trying to say. Yeah, that you don't need to follow the fact all the time, but you just keep in mind for the fact. But then later on you should, or you may I don't want to say it, you should, yeah, but anyway, this is the academic, right? You should trying to find on the how we're gonna experiment the work or how we're gonna experiment on the issue of what we dealing with. Okay, and lighting value adjustment is just one of the experiment that I want to introduce to you. Okay, so that's the idea, and this is the example work that how lighting is applied into the work, the style. I'm just going very fast. Yeah, some of my work, some from the reference that I introduced to you. Yeah, you may check them in the first week slide. Okay, this is how I'm working and how do we apply this lighting style into our work. Okay, so there's a many ways of playing it. I think that even in one lighting style there are also many method of how we gonna how we gonna show it anyway, and that's why I want you to keep practicing, or maybe you just come up with the thumbnail sketch, very small one thumbnail sketch, and you just experiment it with it first, and then later on when you decided, okay, I understand how to bring the best out of best way out of my result, and then you can go to your finalize your result out. Yeah. Okay, so in I think this is the major process of how I taught you for a few weeks here. We start from the shape, right? Shape, understand the shape of the object, and then after that you come up with a form. Yes, actually these two is kind of come together, and then later on you adjust them into the composition of the page, whether you work on one object, right, or any other object, and then you add lighting and shade to make them more look more interesting, or any ideas of you want to make this triangle look focused, right? You may turn this one into yellow, and you drop all of the area to be like oh no, sorry, you drop the other area to be like the darker one. Actually, I have to say that colors come up with the shade and lighting value, right, as I introduce you. Okay, so the section 3, okay, I think this is not take long, so I will go with the colors and value. Okay, it's come together, right, that I mentioned to you last time, that we can have any colors on earth, and we can make them solid into and pale. Yeah, I think we call this one saturation. And saturation, it is the solid to light, right? And from light to dark, this one called value. Yeah, I think this one is the basic for the Photoshop things, Photoshop colors and adjustment, right? And then I bring this apply into our work. Yeah, same, I think it's all the same. Yeah, the red and the red, yellow, green, blue, they have their own lighting value here, which I already introduced you last time that we matched the color, right? Okay, if you match something that is so close together, if you see this one, if you match yellow and yellow and green, you see that the work will not stand out that much. But if you match it with the yellow and purple here, you see your work start to pop up, because one is light and one is dark. Okay, I can say that you can have many different colors that you want, but I have to say that the beautiful or the interesting art, I can say that, yeah, I don't want to judge every artwork to be like beautiful because it's kind of subjective. Yeah, but I have to say that the interesting art piece, yeah, will you can have a look onto them in I think it's in Google Art or Google Museum right now. It will be best tools for us to study. Yeah, in many famous painting, the structure of the lighting is very impressive and looks very interesting. Yeah, you should try to take photos into black and white and see how it works. Yeah, because I trying to study the artwork by that idea too, and it's very helpful. Yeah.